What's going on? It's your boy Coach, and this is a Sunday meal prep for what I generally do. This is kind of instilled in my habits, something that keeps me on track. So I'm gonna kind of go through the meals I have here that are not only just, I guess you could call quote unquote healthy, but high in protein, high in fiber, complex carbs, good fats, things like that. So I'm gonna go through each meal and kind of show you what I kind of eat like and how easy this can be. So here's meal one. For me, it's got, I might do a little use the air fryer, and I got a turkey sausage patty and a little hash brown there. And then I got, I'll do an egg, I'll do it over easy. And I got some beans, egg whites. This is just Velveeta sliced cheese and a piece of toast. So that's like chia bread or something like that. But yeah, it's like probably 450, close to 500 calories, a ton of protein, higher in carbs. But I like my breakfast to start off on a kind of bigger note. I got a meal here. This is a spaghetti meat sauce. I used 93 lean ground meat, some broccoli. I used angel hair pasta. I think this one's a little over 400, but like I said, super filling, super good. And then I got here, this is a chicken fajita meal. So just some air fried chicken with some peppers, and I use Taco Bell seasoning for the peppers, and actually it's got onion in there too. Sauteed it up. I'll put it in 2 of these little corn tortillas. Probably put some lettuce with it too, just to give it something, but it's a quick meal. I'll usually heat these up in a little toaster oven or something like that, give it a little crunch. So I think this one's a little under 300 calories, but something tastes pretty good. This is one experimental. I just kind of tried with it. I don't know, it tastes good. I used a Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning. It's got some scallops that were frozen that I kind of sauteed in just a little bit of butter light, and then it's got these shell pastas that I guess they were like lentil based or something, but high in protein, high in fiber. But yeah, this one's I think a little in Alfredo sauce. I think this one comes to a little over 330 calories, but high in protein. And like I said, I tasted the sauce, tasted good, so it's going to go down pretty easy. This is I call it a Philly wrap, quote unquote, but it's got just roast beef, deli roast beef, just sauteed and seasoned with a little bit of salt and pepper. I put in what else? Some of the same pepper mix as the peppers and onions as I used with the chicken. And then I used some hot sauce in there, a little Taco Bell sauce. So it's more like the steak version of the chicken fajita, but just in a wrap. And that tortilla is one of the Mission carb choppers, so it's just more fiber based, and you don't have to have the full calories of a regular tortilla. Also did air fried a little bit of extra chicken, so if I want to make this in, I could have a salad if I wanted, or I could put it in a wrap, or could put it in some other carb, or eat it with some nuts or something. Just have that extra protein, because that's the hardest part, is having hitting the protein requirements every day. So I'm always kind of ready for that. This is a longer prep for me today, so normally it takes about an hour and a half, but I've already done my grocery shopping. And generally on Sunday, I'm also gonna kind of be thinking ahead, so I already know what I want to make for next Sunday. So this was kind of already in my head, most of it. Some of it changed based on some of the leftovers we had in the fridge, but yeah, next Sunday actually we're going to be out of town, so we're going to be getting back in town that evening. But I've already planned some of my quicker prep, that way I can just knock it out in under an hour, and then Monday first thing I'm ready to go. This is really how you stay successful, is be ahead of the game, plan ahead, just be ready for things that come. To where even like though I'm doing these food challenges, the fact that I'm doing a lot of nutrient dense foods in the other days of the week and keeping the calories a little bit lower, this is exactly how you can offset everything, and you can still stay in a deficit, maintenance, or surplus, whatever you want. So but most people struggle with the deficit just because they think you have to eat salads and things like that, and you can tell right away. None of this stuff tastes bad. Most people eat this and not even know the difference. In terms of food quality, they say, wow, it's actually pretty good, and I'll feel like crap after I'm done. We are making something super simple. This is a Philly steak wrap. It's what I call it. You notice just a few basic ingredients. There's nothing really that fancy here. That shredded lettuce is just an extra if you want. Same thing with these vegetables, but to me, they got to have, a little bit of crunch, a little bit of taste. And in most of my meals, I like that. So got to use the food scale. So you should already know how to use that at this point. If you don't, figure it out. I always generally weigh out all the meat from a package, especially in a deficit, because you never really know. Sometimes the labels are wrong, and I just want to make sure I have enough, because if I don't have enough, then I'm going to, cheat myself a little bit of those calories that I'm already going to log. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You're just going to cut that up into kind of tiny cubes, and you can see Takes all of 2 seconds. Make sure that those onions and peppers are just kind of browning on the stove. I got it on high heat. You know, we got this going in fast motion because this is a really fast dish. Here we got, just throw the tortillas in some trays. We got 6 for today. The hardest part of this entire thing probably is opening these string cheeses. This is what took me probably a majority of the time, but I did that while the vegetables and the meat were kind of cooking together. But yeah, you can use string cheese, and one thing I like about it is that it stays good for a long time. So you can throw it in the fridge and it's going to be good for months rather than some of the bags that'll mold out. And there you go, you just slap it all in there. Now the most important part of this is not just mixing those ingredients, but it's going to be the seasoning. It's what gives it that, say, quote unquote Philly kind of meaty taste. So I use a Montreal steak seasoning, and I had a little bit left, but I wanted a little more seasoning, so I use a Kinder's Blend. And you can use either one. They both are pretty much the same in my opinion. The steak seasoning is just a little bit more coarse, but yeah, you got to have that seasoning in there. That's what really gives it the taste. So after about 5 to 7 minutes, you can see it's all browned up, looking good, ready to go. I chose to use horseradish just to give it a little bit of extra bite, and this is optional, obviously. No, I didn't weigh that out. It might be 20 calories or so per. I don't really care. That's not that much for the amount of flavor. It's going to really make it good for me. So I have to make that decision all the time, whether the inconvenience of logging or to say, hey, you know, they're all going to be the same, and I could add calories if I wanted in the FitnessPal. So yes, 3 of them I made with lettuce just to give them a little more volume, and that's shredded lettuce, and then 3 without. So that's it. It's super simple. You can tell that already boxing these up. I have 6 burritos. They're Philly steak burritos ready to go. These are absolutely delicious. I could eat these every single day. I usually do this about once a month because this meal is so simple. Now, when it comes to logging, make sure that you add all those ingredients. You know, like I said, I didn't add the horseradish, but that's okay. I added the main ones, which was the meat, the tortillas, and the cheese. And I didn't add peppers or onions. I never add vegetables. That's just me because, you know, I'm going to encourage myself to eat more vegetables by not logging them. So that's pretty much it for that one. You could tell, super simple, super quick. I hope you like it. That's all I got for today, and we'll see you in the next video.